Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my triple segment box. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? It's quite a cute, neat little package, as you can see. Not massive. It is 2.5 by just over 3 inches. And this lovely little ribbon, twine, undoes to show you 3 little lip balms inside. Each segment is made by itself, and then everything is just sort of stuck together and reinforced, and then we have this lovely little wrap that just goes around it and ties into a bow. Simple as that. So I'll show you how to make it, and the good thing is that you could use this as a gift. You know, if you're going on if somebody's going on holiday and they have a habit of losing them. My husband loses them like you wouldn't believe, or I put them through the washing machine. So they're really handy to have. So yeah, so I just think either 3 in there, or you could perhaps use them as a lipstick as well. So then, to make the segments, you're going to need 3 pieces of cardstock that are 4.5 by 2.25 inches, which is 11.5 by 10 centimetres, and then we're going to score all 4 sides at 3/4 of an inch on all 3 pieces. Okay, I'm only going to do 1 because otherwise I'll be here all week, but you do all of them exactly the same. And then, very simple again, basic box makeup. We're going to fold and burnish all of these pieces, lines, crikey. And then we're simply going to cut the 4 corners into wedges. Now, what I have found is that when you cut this, it is actually easier if you just take a tiny bit off your tabs, so they're just a little bit shorter. So we'll do the same this side. And this is Balmy Blue that I'm using, and the previous one was Night of Navy, as you probably might have guessed. So same to, again, do exactly the same to all 3 pieces. Then we're going to add some tear and tape onto our little tabs there. And then I'm going to make them up into little boxes. So we'll press those down and then just simply take the backing off. And like I said, we're just going to make the boxes up. And you can see why I didn't do all 3, because like I said, we'd be here forever, ever and ever. And I'm using the, I think it's As It Comes Sail Away, Sailing Home Suite. Not sure what the suite's called, but it is the sailing one. And it's so pretty. So once you've done all 3, as if by magic, then they are going to look a little bit like this. So the next thing we need to do is pop some snail. Oops, not dimensionals. Thank you. Wait, your turn. We're going to pop, oh, it's all gunked up, that's why. Pop some snail. Now, I stupidly forgot to bring my lip balms up ready to put in here, so this one will be made without any in. But if you pop them in, it will actually help with the snailing and stuff, because you've got something there to act as reinforcement. So just a little bit of snail. As you can see, I've done it on the desk so that they're all flat. And then I have what I've sort of called the segment folds, and I didn't really know what to call them, to be honest, but these are, and I'll show you, pieces of cardstock that are 1.5 by 2 15/16, and that's roughly about 6.8 by 4. It's just a fraction shorter than your box, and then you're going to score it in half, which is 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimetres. You need 2 of them, which we're going to fold and burnish, and then again we're just simply going to put snail on the inside of both sides, and then they sit just on there, and it's really just a bit of reinforcement to hold those little boxes together. Okay, so, and it looks a bit neater as well now, it looks more finished. So that's that part done. And then I have 2 end pieces here. These are the sides that are actually going to cover this bit up, and they just sit on there again just to make it look a bit neater. I'm going to use some tear and tape on these, and these are 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/8 or 6 by 2 centimetres. And just because of the heat whilst I'm filming, I'm going to double up my tear and tape. I think the other one I just used snail, but as I said, it's so warm here when I'm filming that nothing's sticking very well, so I'm having to sort of double everything up. So I'm just going to put some double the strength of some tear and tape. There we go. And as I said, these just sit to cover the ends of those segments, just to make it look a little tidier. That one's a fraction longer actually. I need to give that a little trim in a second. Okay, so I don't know why that's slightly too long, and this one's ridiculously long. I'm just going to trim those just to neaten that up. And that looks better, doesn't it? They're tidier now. Okay, so we've done that. We've got our lip balms in, haven't we? Imagine we have. And now we just need to make our wrap. So again, you need a piece of cardstock that is 3 1/8 of an inch by 7 3/4. In centimetres, that is 19 by 7.5. And on the long side, we're going to score at 1.5, 2 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5.5. And in centimetres, that will be 3.5, 5.5, 11.5, and 13.5. All the measurements are on my blog, so if you didn't catch any of them or any of the previous measurements, then just pop over and have a look and you'll see them on there. Okay, so there's my wrap. This is the top part, so I'm going to pop some DSP on it now. So the DSP for the top is 2 7/8 by 2 1/8. which is 5 by 7 centimetres. And then for the bottom piece here, you need a piece that is 2 7/8 by 1 7/8, and that is 5 by 3. Oh, and that's completely wrong. Okay. I'm going to trim that down. Where's my trimmer? I don't quite know where I got that measurement from. Okay, let's measure this. Well, if that's 1.5, that can't be right, can it? So let's trim that bit off. So you need it to be 2 7/8 by 1 3/8. Goodness me. That's better. Right, let me just quickly jot that down, because otherwise I will forget, and then it will be wrong on my blog and you'll all be cursing me. Okay, and then we need to add some adhesive to the base. I am just going to use snail, just for quickness for this one. And then we're going to pop our little box on there. And again, pretending we've got our lip balms in now, we can just fold this up and over. And then we just need to decorate. So I have some Sahara sand, that's to go with my baker's twine. I have my Sailing Home stamp set, and I'm going with the thanks sentiment. And then I need my Night of Navy. I'm just going to stamp there. And then I've got my classic label punch, and it just fits. Which I've done there. Oops, crumbs. Oh, that lock is really stiff on that one. And then again, just a couple of dimensionals on the back. No, I'm going to have to use the little ones. 2 little dimensionals in the back, and then a lovely little trinket there that is going to be stuck on with a glue dot. And then if I lie this down, it will be easier. Take the backings off there, and I'm just going to sit that. In fact, I didn't trim it, did I? Never mind. Leave that as the size it is, and then my little trinket just tucks just underneath. And then once you've folded it up, I'm going to add, ooh, crumbs, add some twine. And make a pretty bow. And there you have your little gift set. Now, I have just completely noticed that for some reason my measurements for my wrap are completely and ridiculously way off. I have no clue. Check on my blog for the measurements. They will be right. I don't know what's happened there, but I will double check them and the correct measurements will be on my blog. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why that went wrong, because I just followed what was on my written instructions. But anyway, so there you go. There's my lovely triple segment box. Hope you like it, and I hope you can find somebody that you can gift this to. Hope you have a great day. Bye.